And for those of you who are still supporting this fucking chaos, you really need to do some soul.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of The Dave Show. I am so glad you could be here today. We've got a great episode planned for you, and I hope you totally enjoy it. But before we get to the unhinged lefties losing it, I just want to bring something up that's kind of weird. Since June 9th, I believe was the first episode that I started covering the riots, my views have drastically gone down. Well over 50%. The video I did yesterday did not even reach 1,000 views. And my videos typically get between 2.5 to 3,000 views. If it does really well, it obviously does more than 3,000, but that's pretty much the range I get. I can guarantee I always get over 2,000 views. So I'm happy with that. But now, the video I did yesterday didn't even get 1,000. I'm like, what? The only thing I can think of is that I've been covering the riots. For some reason, I think this is considered more of a conservative channel. I think that's safe to say. I know we have a lot of Christians out in the community, and I think YouTube. I don't know. I don't want to be like conspiracy theory tinfoil hat on my head, but it seems like YouTube is suppressing my channel right now for some reason. I don't know. It's weird. And I'm also getting these like extra layers of checking for monetization, which takes a lot longer. Usually it takes like less than 20 minutes to do a normal monetization check. Now it's taking like 2-3 hours. And I sometimes have to like basically ask for an additional review because I don't agree with what they're saying. Anyways, it's crazy. I'm not sure why I'm being, it just seems like I'm being, I don't know, shadow banned. Is that the right word? Anyways, let's get to it. Enough of the banter. Let's get to the crazy. And I do honestly really appreciate all of you who have stuck with the channel. Hopefully this whatever it is will pass, but I'm talking long enough. Let's get to the news and nuts. Let's do it. News and nuts. News and nuts. Hey, it's news and nuts. All right, my friends, tomorrow is June 14th. It is President Trump's birthday. And he is finally getting this military parade, the one that he wanted in his first term and never got. But it's a totally different ballgame now. And pretty much, I think what President Trump wants, President Trump is going to get. And the first tank rolled into D.C. last night, and it is pretty cool. I cannot wait to have coverage of the celebration. I believe it also aligns with the 250th birthday of the Army, or maybe it's the military in general. I don't know, but there's a double celebration going on Saturday the 14th. Of course, there's going to be a lot of retarded lefties trying to protest because they have no real reasons. But anyways, check it out. It's cool. I'm sure you've all seen the footage by now of the senator that busted in literally to Kristi Noem's press conference, and totally unannounced. Nobody knew he was there. Quite frankly, nobody knew who he was. He's a completely unknown senator. But this guy busts in, totally unannounced, like I said. He wasn't even supposed to be there, to my understanding. He was supposed to be at that baseball game between the Republicans and the Democrats. But he flies to California, just happens to be at the building that Kristi Noem is giving this press conference, busts in. He has no ID on him. Like, he doesn't state that, hey, I'm a senator or I'm a member of Congress. He doesn't have his little, I guess there's a Congress pin or something that you're supposed to wear. He doesn't have his badge with him to identify him. His staffers don't say anything but, hey, this guy's a senator. Watch out. Don't, just be careful. Whatever. I don't know. So this guy's a buffoon. It's all political theater. He's trying to, I don't know, flex or something for his party to show that I'm fighting for whatever. These guys are so stupid. Anyways, check it out. He's just lying. He's gaslighting everybody about what happened. And of course, he's the victim. Check it out.
Over the course of recent weeks, several of my colleagues, have been asking the Department of Homeland Security for more information and more answers on their increasingly extreme immigration enforcement actions. And we've gotten little to no information in response to our inquiries. And so I came to the press conference to hear what she had to say, to see if I could learn any new additional information. And at one point, I had a question. And let me emphasize, just as we've emphasized the right for people to peacefully protest and to stand up for their First Amendment rights, for our fundamental rights. I was there peacefully. At one point, I had a question. And so I began to ask a question. I was almost immediately forcibly removed from the room. I was forced to the ground, and I was handcuffed. I was not arrested. I was not detained. I will say this. If this is how this administration responds to a senator with a question, if this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, to day laborers out in the Los Angeles community and throughout California and throughout the country. We will hold this administration accountable.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Padilla? Is it Padilla? I know it's not Padilla. I don't speak Spanish, so I probably should get a little bit more aware of the pronunciation of some of these names. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Nobody knows who this guy is. Everybody had to look him up. He's a completely unknown, completely worthless senator from, I guess, California. He's like is he junior? I don't know what he is. He's nothing, okay? And this guy, he goes in, makes a spectacle, and then conveniently has a press conference right after the incident, after he gets thrown to the floor and handcuffed, and then there just happens to be press there? Oh, give me a break. This is all political theater. Don't be gaslit. And by the way, I just want to remind everybody that in 2023, right when President Trump was being falsely accused and put on trial and all this stuff, they were trying to lock him away for the rest of his life. Alex Padilla posted this: "No one is above the law. Share if you agree." Well, that's shocking. Of course, no one is above the law. And especially senators. They have this this arrogance. Like they think they're just like they are above the law. They literally think they are above the law because they're a member of Congress. But no, I'm sorry. You're a buffoon. And next we have a beautiful little photo op for Mayor Bass as she's cleaning up. And I use that word loosely when you see the effort that she's putting in, which is pretty much, I don't know. It's sad. But this is a beautiful photo op for her to clean up some of the graffiti that happened in the completely peaceful protest of completely legal citizens, completely full of people that were really there because they have compassion and they have some skin in the game, and they're not paid at all. No, they're completely not paid. They're there because of their passion. Anyways, this is pathetic. Jeez, Mayor Bass. I don't know how the woman is still, how she hasn't been recalled. Or anyways, check it out.
I mean, it's like those things. Exactly. It's like the whole point. If you ever go in this museum and see what this museum is about, it's just, but you know, I mean, maybe things, oh, there's free too. There's no, you know, I think it's just really important to point out. This is a young age.
All right, that's it for the news. Now on to the nuts. Now, I've seen before jet airplanes, jets. I guess that's kind of redundant. But I've seen them refuel midair, and I think most of us have seen that as well. They extend that hose out. It's got the attachment, and then the plane comes up. And I think that would be like really stressful to do that maneuver. But I've never seen a helicopter. I didn't know helicopters could do this. But apparently, at least some of them can. Check it out. I don't know what's going on in Bangladesh, but I think the government or somebody needs to invest in some more train cars. Because it appears they are a little bit lacking at the moment. Check it out. All right, my friends, that's it for news and nuts, but don't worry, we've got you covered with plenty of lefties losing it, totally unhinged, and we are jumping into that pool of madness. And of course, it is deep. So sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone.
What is a woman? What is a woman is the question.
I'm not sure I understand the question.
It is really a super scary thought to realize that man was this close, well, maybe this close, to being our vice president. Wow, we dodged a bullet on that one. We've seen a lot of they-them energy. Well, we're going to see in this next clip a little bit of police energy. Yeah, that's a little cringe. But I think this needs to be like the baseline standard for all law enforcement, federal agents. They need to do their job, and sometimes doing that job requires them to do some not so pleasant things to stop people doing unpleasant things. But anyways, check it out. I love the passion, and this needs to be nationwide. Take a look.
So I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, We will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. This has got to stop. You're watching what's taking place out there. You're seeing police officers that are being attacked, being spit on, being put in harm's way just for doing their jobs. You're seeing ICE agents that are being targeted for doing their jobs. And you're seeing obstructionists that are doing all of this, standing in the way of law and order.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
I cut off my biological father because he decided that voting for Trump and being a cop is best for his family. And the sacrifice I had to make with that was losing any relationship I have with my siblings and cousins and people that I do care about from that side of his family. I'm not saying that you have to make that sacrifice, but I am saying that if I can make that sacrifice, you can sacrifice a tiny little modicum of your comfortability for the sake of the people that are suffering right now. Over the coming week, there are going to be nationwide protests. Do the work, see what's going on in your area, and get the fuck out there.
Well, young lady, you are definitely making a mistake. Obviously, you can't see that right now. Only Father Time will be able to let you know that for sure. It's sad. The nose ring says everything. The indoctrination is strong. You are definitely part of the hive mind. And I feel sorry for your dad and for the rest of the family that you've severed because you think you're like, I don't know, all righteous or whatever in your buffoonery.
Do you have any idea what kind of havoc and mayhem you have to cause to activate us?
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out, I guess, but hey, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty much FAFO time. And unfortunately, a lot of people are going to be finding out exactly what happens when you mess with the Marines. I really don't understand. It seems like law enforcement is still holding back. A lot of them have upgraded to rubber bullets, but quite frankly, that really doesn't do the job. Get my meaning for some of these protesters. But this guy throws a canister of whatever, a water bottle or whatever it is. I don't understand why he wasn't lit up by every single police officer with a gun that had rubber bullets. I don't know why this guy just wasn't absolutely sprayed with rubber bullets, is basically what I'm saying. And then this total bystander out of nowhere just levels the guy like he's in the WWE or something. My gosh. But anyways, that guy fafoed.
Accidentally bought an American flag shirt today. And I'm gonna go return it because I wasn't even thinking. I was just like, okay, it's cute. No, like, sorry, with what's happening in our country right now, trash. I'm not wearing that. People are literally getting seized and deported without the freaking due process. Like,
just to, not to interrupt, but you do realize that right now you are wearing red, white, and blue, which is exactly the same colors. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but those are the same colors as the American flag. So you better change, like, immediately, because obviously you're so disgusted with our country. But let's hear more.
Meaning the government can literally do whatever they want, and it's slowly becoming a dictatorship? No, sorry. What? This is the scariest thing ever. Like, it's literally happening in real freaking time. Literally.
Like,
I have so many people who I know personally who are super scared and will be affected by it.
Well,
like, if you're buying shit with an American flag on it.
What?
No, not right now. Not right now.
I can't believe how much stupidity is being produced by that generation. My gosh. Pendragon says, proving the old blonde jokes are still applicable today. Yep. The political lunacy says, I checked out at I wasn't even thinking. We need to remind this young lady, and really, quite frankly, everybody, about this whole due process thing that they think is absolutely required by law. All right, for all you lefties screaming and ranting about due process, I'm about to drop a truth bomb, and I don't think you're gonna like it much, but here it is. President Bill Clinton, one of your heroes, on September 30th, 1996, signed the 1996 Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act. Gosh. And it allows deportation. That's a critical word. The word you all hate, but it provides deportation without a judicial hearing. Oh my gosh. Through a process called expedited removal. And Obama especially really took advantage of this. Obama deported millions of people in his presidency, but nobody raised an eyebrow. This next clip is just a little bit long, but it is totally worth it because this guy is based and he is dropping truth all over the place.
This goes out to all my Latino brothers and sisters just dealing with this whole ICE raids and protests out in LA. Let me tell you a couple things. Stay your ass at home, okay? Just take it from the black community. We just dealt with this shit with the George Floyd shit and Black Lives Matter. They're using you all, okay? Rule number one: when you show up to a protest and there's rocks and bricks right there before you get to the protest, George Soros, okay? When you get to the protest and everybody don't speak English, but they signs is written in English, George Soros. So this is another one of those situations where they're trying to just get some violence going. They're trying to have another civil unrest moment. So the black community we already saw this. We sitting this and out. We ain't got no dog in this race. You know what I mean? We ain't worried about that. And I would recommend a lot of you Latino brothers and sisters sit this shit out. If you illegal, then stay at home. Stay at a friend's house. I don't fucking know. But if you can take your ass out in that street, you're going to find yourself alone and locked the fuck up. And they're going to use your ass. And let me tell you right now, you can put a handkerchief over your face and all that shit. They're going to find your ass. Just like they found them January 6ers, they can find your ass too. So you read the play. This is a George Soros manufactured event. He's got the same playbook. He's paying everybody $150, $200 a day to get out there and cause some havoc. So it's all you young motherfuckers that's broke that ain't got no job. Y'all running out there, because $200 a day. But I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna get your ass pepper sprayed. And you're gonna get deported. Stay your ass in the house. Chill the fuck out. Wait for this shit to blow by. Okay, don't be worried about Trump National Guard. They playing right into each other's hands. They know what this shit ain't got nothing to do with y'all. This shit ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Just sit the fuck down and chill out. If you illegal, I would just leave. What you sticking around this bitch for? Ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? This shit ain't popping like that no more. Just leave. Try to get your shit together, come back. If not, stay your ass in the house because Trump ain't playing with y'all. And George Soros don't give a fuck about y'all. He wants civil unrest in this country. He wants a civil war in this country. That's what they've been going for. They tried to do that shit with the George Floyd niggas. But we woke up. We was like, nah, we ain't doing all that. Now they're trying to get all of y'all up in there. Well, listen, I'm telling you right now, y'all better wake the fuck up because you all are nothing but pawns on a chessboard being played. That's it. So you going out there thinking you're going to make a change, you're going to make a difference. Unless you got millions of dollars in the military behind you, you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing a goddamn thing but getting yourself fucked up. So just be warned.
Start knocking these white bitches out. When they come in your motherfucking face, start knocking them the fuck out. Y'all always have a fucking phone recording and shit. Record y'all knocking these bitches the fuck out.
Okay, I have no idea what that woman was talking about. Your guess is as good as mine.
You really do not give a fuck about what's happening in LA or have no empathy for these ICE raids. I literally do not want to see you at your favorite Hispanic restaurant. I don't want to see your videos and pictures of you at Mexico City or at the Vallarta. I don't want to see a margarita in your hand. I don't want to see you at your favorite vacation spot in your South American country, wherever you're going to. Okay, I don't. Because you cannot indulge yourself in other people's cultures if you do not give a fuck about those people. You can't. You can't. What's going on in LA with these fucking ICE raids is absolutely deplorable. And for some people to just have zero empathy is actually fucking disgusting. And we see who you are. We do. And I really hope that when this stuff is in the history books, I hope you can fully tell your children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, what you did during this time. And I hope you can say it with your full chest that you either did something or you did nothing. Please be serious and have some empathy. I beg.
Don't come on my page and say that people should be in this country legally. Don't fucking do it. This is ridiculous. It's inhumane. You are a human being, and don't you dare use Jesus' name or God's name in this and say that this is what he would want and pretend to be a Christian, because you're not. This is pure evil. You are scum of the earth. These are people. These are mothers. These are fathers. These are human beings. And all you care about is where they are geographically. Shame on you. Do better. Be better.
It is a little ironic that she calls out God, mentions his name, when clearly she's possessed. My gosh.
I have gender skin color dysphoria. I am a white lesbian trapped in a black man's body.
Me too.
I'm 6 months pregnant and I love my husband, but the LGBTQ community won't accept me. And they tell me you could be what you want to be. And also, since I'm a white lesbian, I'm also a white supremacist and I hate black people.
Of course. Yeah, that pretty much wraps up the logic of the left.
So, rumor is, if you throw rocks at any federal agents or their vehicles, it'll get you put on FBI's most wanted list. To which I say, how hard do I have to throw these rocks to get put on it? Because my 35th birthday is coming up, and it would be wonderful to get put on that list. It's been a goal of mine. And knowing that I can throw rubber projectiles with this doohickey right here about 100 miles an hour, imagine what I could do with a rock. You ever been domed with a rubber ball? Just a solid rubber ball? Oh, it'll knock you clean out. A rock? It'll shatter your f***ing skull. The indigenous peoples called this game Bagataway, among many other names. One of them was Little Brother of War. Can you guess what I want to do? I want to go to war with federal agents. Fuck you, ICE. Fuck you, Gestapo.
Please go out there and do something. Please. Because you know why? I believe Pam Bondi just said a couple days ago that if you throw a rock at a police officer or a police officer's vehicle, I think she said, well, it's a federal crime, and I believe you could go away for 20 years. I could be wrong, but you're definitely going away for a few years. So yeah, FAFO all day long.
Just so everyone's clear and on the same page, if you voted for Donald Trump in either election, you're a bad person. If you continue to support Trump in his antics while he's currently in office, you're a bad person. If you have a problem with the protests going on in LA right now, with what's going on with ICE, and you're okay with what ICE is doing, you're a bad person. If you find what's going on in Gaza okay and you don't have a problem with it, you're a bad person. It's no longer about politics, it's about human decency and just having basic empathy and morals. It's no longer a gray area.
Yeah, it's all about empathy, except that she has none for anybody that doesn't agree with her.
All I gotta say is f Donald Trump. I've never fucking hated a person in my life like I hate him. And probably this video will get taken down. I don't even have a following, but you know what? I hate that man, you guys. Never in my life hated someone without knowing them. Ever in my life besides this freaking man. Even talking about him right now, it boils my blood. It's gonna give me freaking high blood pressure. I hate that man. That's all I gotta say, you guys. Just hate him. I hate that man. That's all.
Wait, so she says that she doesn't hate anybody more than President Trump. So that implies that she's actually hated more people than President Trump in her lifetime. I don't think I've hated anybody in my entire lifetime. Man, it's got to be kind of sad to be so filled with hate all the time. Sheesh.
Fuck Donald Trump, fuck ICE, fuck his entire administration, and also let me just throw in, a woman asked me if I was 47 last night, and fuck her too.
Why is it everybody on the left that has that certain look to them? The party that's filled with love and joy, they're always filled with such hatred. It doesn't make sense. Well, actually, it does.
I'm full Mexican, and seeing all these people getting deported and rioting and all this shit, it sucks, but it's part of the law. If you're here illegally, you will be kicked out. My dad was deported 10 years ago under the Obama administration, and people are not saying anything about that because he's not white or orange.
Yeah, exactly. Obama had such a... Obama literally could have done anything because he was the first black president. Let's be real.
Yes, it was traumatizing. Yes, it sucked. My parents willingly had me knowing that my dad could be gone one day. And honestly, it's a blessing because he sacrificed his generation in order to give me the opportunity to be here and make something of it. He's here back legally now, which everybody should try to do. But if you're here illegally, you gotta know, if you get kicked out, it's just part of the law. If you steal something from a store, you will be arrested. If you break a law, you will be arrested. If you're Mexican here illegally right now, you just gotta play the game and hide as best as possible. Survival of the fittest, that's just how the US works. I believe in peaceful protesting, but once it turns into violence, that's just too much. If you really hate this country so much and hate the leader and hate this and that, you should fucking leave. But you won't, because this country's so great that anyone in Mexico right now would take your spot. I don't stand for any of the violence, but I do stand for people standing in what they believe in.
I applaud this guy's dad for leaving when he was deported and then coming back in the correct, proper way. Now he has nothing to worry about. And all of these families and people that have been here for 5, 10, 20 years, why on earth didn't you take an ounce of initiative and start going through like the proper paperwork or whatever to get legalized and become a legal citizen of this country? You had plenty of time. It's nobody's fault but your own that you didn't get the job done, and now you're facing the consequences.
Jump! Jump! Jump, Katie, jump! We out here protesting, baby. I just ran into these. I say, let's get it. I've been praying, I was picking up. Guys, I got 50,000 people on TikTok. Guys, I'll use my platform for the good.
What? I don't even know what he's. I can't even understand him. What are they? They're protesting a baby or something. I don't know. Okay, apparently he's got 50,000 followers. Guess that's good. I don't know. I'd like to have 50,000 followers.
Well, how's your guys' night? And I was at a peaceful protest, being a bystander, and I was just standing there, and they chose me out of everybody, and I got my head pounded in. They fucking slammed me on the ground. I was complying.
Yeah, I was just at a peaceful protest, and I was just standing there, just totally minding my own business, and some lunatic right person just sucker punched me and started pounding my head. And of course, you were totally compliant. You're completely the victim. I clearly see the victim card being thrown out right away. But let's see what else you have to say.
They kicked me, punched me, they put me to the ground. I'm in pain. So if anybody's in Washington close to Kent or something, I need to ride to the hospital. My mom's not going to take me. She's being an asshole.
What?
I don't know what to say.
Wait, you have 50,000 followers. Why are you still living at home? And why do you not have access to a vehicle? Jeez, this guy's a loser.
I need to go. I feel like shit. I have to go.
Do.
I'm gonna start walking. If no one wants to take me, it is what it is. Have a good night. You guys can laugh all you want. I'm on the right side of history.
No.
The thing that ICE are doing to these immigrants is not okay.
I'm sorry, but this guy kind of comes off as a total loser. Apparently he has all these followers, but he's not being monetized or making money off of that. I find that hard to believe. And he's still living with mom? Jeez Louise. Joe's Watch says, dude needs his mom to take him places? Yeah, he's like, he looks like he's like 25 years old or something. Might be older. Give me a break. It's detox time. It's time for Dave's Detox. Okay, that dog looks a little spooky. What? That is awesome.
Yes.
Oh. Oh my God!
What? He's being bum rushed by dogs. Oh, someone wants to come in. That's not gonna work. That's funny. I'm not gonna lie, that makes me a little nervous. Yee. Oh, it's Max.
Did you just get your teeth cleaned, buddy?
Aww.
What happened?
Oh my gosh! What? That's crazy. Okay, that's a little crazy too. A little Courtney.
Luna!
Hey, buddy. Ooh, nice. That's awesome. He wants a binky. All right, my friends, that wraps up another episode. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, slap that bell around, do all that jazz. And until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated. And of course, until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.